I just wanted a place where I would just work. I thought the worst was over. I thought the worst was over at the elections. But I guess for a woman, it's never really over, right?
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Over the week, last week and this week, Natasha Akpabio has granted a lot of interviews, and at least in my own opinion, if I cannot get justice nationally, at least let me get justice internationally. Or even if I cannot get justice internationally, let it be that the name of this said man that tried to sexually harass me and nothing has been done about it, let his name be tainted, let his name be stained internationally. And they don't know what they are doing for themselves. I mean, he doesn't know what he's doing for himself, because now, even if this publication and this interview that she is granting internationally is not haunting him directly now, it will still haunt his children. That name will forever be heard internationally and known for sexual harassment. Now, there are a lot of interviews that she has granted, including the one she went to Arise News. First of all, she did an interview on air when Bracketa family called her immediately after the issue that she had on Senate, and that was when she said a lot of things. I might be leaving clips, 50 clips of all this interview that she went to. The second interview is one she granted on Arise News, and after that she granted interview to BBC. She also went to Sky News and granted an interview, and this last one that she went the other day, Duchess something, I'll leave them on the screen. Guys, in all these things, I believe someone that didn't actually go through sexual harassment will not be putting all this effort to go internationally to talk about it. No. So for her to move on and go all this thing and do all this thing to go this far just to be heard, it means something like that had happened. And I told you guys in my previous video that for them to rush and give her suspension, it means that Akpabio on his side is guilty of whatever that he's been accused, because I don't see the reason why the God gave them instruction not to go ahead with the probing till after her petition has been heard, tried on the Senate. But guess what? They ignored the court injunction and went ahead to probe her, and then gave her 6 months. For what exactly? In her opinion, or in her interview, she mentioned there's nothing gross about whatever that she did. Some senators have gone, even Akpabio himself has done more than that. Remember, there's a video trending that time where Akpabio was against his sitting position being changed back then when Saraki was the Senate President. And now it's your turn, and you all of a sudden it's gross misconduct, and you're sending somebody 6 months and without pay. Took away all the things, all the privileges that she had as a senator. Let's take a look at the recent interview that she had.
So they say I was suspended for gross misconduct. And I ask, what exactly amounts to the gross misconduct? Was it because I refused to move my seats? We have, there were videos that popped up whereby the same Senate President in the 8th Assembly years back, he also had a brawl in the chambers because his seat was moved when he was not duly notified.
Right.
And his countenance, there was actually much more. In the Nigerian Senate, we have had senators gone physical on themselves, shouted, insulted, cursed, and even threw items at themselves. They were not suspended. So why me? I think I am just victimized. And that's the bigger picture of how women are treated in politics in Nigeria.
And could I
but
just
let
ask
me
you,
say this. Let me say this, very important. Okay. I am not the first woman to have accused the same man, Senator Akpabio, of sexual harassment. There is a lady in the corporate arena about 3 years ago. Her name is Joy Nonie. She was the MD of NDDC. She actually spoke that she had to slap him when he tried grabbing her in a hotel. So this is not an isolated case. But again, I'm saying this. I would want the courage that I have gotten to speak about this societal vice. I want it to be taken serious, because there are a lot of women who are suffering, not just in politics, not just in the corporate arena, but in universities and many places. Women are sexually harassed, and there is no safe spaces for us to vent and seek justice.
Okay. At different points of this issue, just like I told you, she has been to BBC. I want us to take a look at the BBC interview.
I am being victimized. My suspension is a means of silencing me. Episode after episode, moments after moment. We were at his country home. He was taking me around his house. My husband was walking behind us, held my hand. He then squeezed my hands in a very suggestive way. We're women, we know what it means when a man squeezes our hands in a suggestive way. And he went, now that you're in the Senate, I'll make an opportunity for us to come here and have a good moment, along that line. There was a time I rushed to work, forgetting to wear my ring. And there were about 5 senators there, and he was, "Oh, Natasha, you're not wearing your ring. Is this an invitation to treat?" Statements like this.
You heard it yourself. I mean, she has been trying so hard for her voice to be heard because they subdued her voice. The truth is that they subdued her voice. Whatever that she did is not worth 6 months. It's not worth that 6 months that they give to her. And a lot of things have been going on too. And about the different Wike's case in River State, I made a video about that on this channel. I'll leave the link in the description box below or up here, so you go check it later. Now, let's go over to her interview that she had.
I made an allegation of sexual harassment against the President of Nigerian Senate, Senator Godfather Akpabio, on the 5th day of March 2025, and the very next day I was suspended for 6 months. I believe my suspension was illegal, it's unjust, and it's just a way of silencing me.
The Nigerian Senate has stated that your suspension is not related to the allegations that you've made of sexual harassment or assault, but due to gross misconduct and unruly behaviour on your part, firmly refuting what they call the deliberate misinformation and false narrative being circulated regarding your 6-month suspension.
Anna, yes, they did mention that I was suspended on accounts of gross misconduct. But can they please provide exactly what the gross misconduct is that amounts for 6 months suspension the day after I submitted a petition? I was suspended because of that petition, not because of any gross misconduct. Let's talk about the gross misconduct that have happened in the Nigerian chambers. I was only told to move, and I refused to move my seat because I deserve to be notified. I deserve to be given a chance to explain why I should retain my seat. But you see, I have seen in that chambers where men fight, where senators throw items at each other, curse each other, shout at each other, but they were not suspended. Why? Because they are men? There's this culture of silence, harassment, and fear, intimidation that is intertwined with our culture, whereby a woman is supposed to sit pretty, to be seen only and not heard. I experienced sexual harassment over the past 1 year in the hands of the Senate President. And this sexual harassment, because I refused to yield to his demands, turned into malice, whereby my rights and privileges as a senator were being deprived. I found the courage to speak up. Yes, the breaking point was that moving me from that seat. Silently, I have had to endure a whole lot.
Are you able to tell us the allegations that you are making against him then?
Things got difficult for me. I was always complaining, I have this motion to pass, he's not letting me. And my husband will actually walk to him because they are friends. My wife has a very important bill. Her constituency need this. Why don't you give her a chance to speak? And he'll tell me, okay, next time, next time. So he deliberately kept on denying me this. And each time I walk to him alone, he'll tell me, you know what? Right here, I'm the chief presiding officer of the National Assembly. So you have to please me, make me happy to get these privileges. And that happened several times. And because I refused, it developed into malice.
He obviously denies the allegations. You've been speaking out very publicly about this, which presumably alludes to the one-sided part of this debate. Was it wrong for you to broadcast this on television, do you think, to make the allegations that way?
Which other way was I going to make it that would have made my voice heard?
The interview that she had on Braketa Family, the same day they made a call to her to inquire what happened, that was the same day they called the Senate President Akpabio. And guess what? He hung up on Braketa Family. They called him again 2 times. He did not pick up, and they let it be because they wanted to hear from him. In her recent interview, she's talked about how Akpabio told her that her waist will be moving so well on bed, that her husband is lucky to have her, that she... How can you be talking to a married woman like that? How can you be using such word on a married woman? So far, guys, that is the interview that she has granted so far, and I'm so happy for her, and I wish she will even grant more. The best thing they can do for themselves, being the Senate, is for them to call off the suspension. Call off the suspension, give her all the privileges that was taken away from her. The suspension came out of grudges, it came out of silencing, and she refused to be silenced. Of course, course, she's a lawyer, educated, pretty, well-traveled and exposed. So you don't expect the silence from her. And according to her in that video that you watched, that she is not the only person that have gone through the sexual harassment from him. So two people cannot be wrong at the same time. Okay? Redress your steps. Guys, I would like to know your opinion in the comment section. Please leave your opinion in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.